I'm aware of Gold Lewis being out and all, however due to time crunch and not knowing enough about him, I will omit him from the list. He's chunky and fun, and has high damage. That's all I know. Yo, Guilty Gear Strive is full of unique characters, and each one of them stands out from the others. Regardless of tier or relative strength, you'll find yourself enjoying the game more if you choose someone you genuinely like to play, whether that be their theme or playstyle. This list will go through every character in version 1.02. Now let's get started. Anji is a unique, balanced character with an auto guard feature. His special move Fujin can dodge attacks, appearing as though the opponent with them. This can leave Anji in an advantageous position to punish opponents and set up his infamous Oki with a slow-moving butterfly projectile. His balance is clearly seen as he approaches enemies, as he can dodge attacks and choose not to attack himself. His strike throw game can leave opponents open if spaced correctly. However, current tier lists rank him at the near bottom, and for a decent reason. He is somewhat sluggish and struggles against DPs and other defensive options. He's also high risk, which can lead to heavy punishment on his end. Given his current state though, he will most definitely be getting buffed in the future updates. If he interests you now, go play him. Anji Mito is for you if you like a strong strike throw game, like punishing whiffs quickly off of hard reads, and don't mind being weak against defensive players or those with DPs. Guilty Gear's Resident Zoner. Axel uses his dual chain cycles to zone out opponents who come too close. Axel controls neutral with an iron fist using normals like his standing punch, crouching heavy slash, and far slash. His specials are also amazing zoning tools. Good Axel players are highly reactive to their opponents, locking down their moves as soon as they start. He can convert pressure into good damage and reset to neutral to do it all again. Axel's anti-airs are remarkable and his close range frame traps are great. However, his damage is lackluster unless the opponent is cornered. Furthermore, his specials only go into knockdown and his Oki setups are somewhat risky. Needless to say, his defense against rushes and mid-range characters is poor, only having Sickle Storm as a major reversal. High-level Axel players may seem as if they're spamming. In reality, they're either conditioning the opponent or locking down options before they become a threat. Players need to have fast reactions and press the button 99% of the time to be successful. But don't let that fear you. Axel Low is for you if you like controlling neutral at a distance, prefer to zone rather than going in, chipping at opponent's health, and can react to incoming threats and press the attack with the accordion button for said situation.
Chipp Zato.
Easily the fastest moving character in the roster. Chipp is loaded with tools, movement, and flashy combos. His normals are fast, his pressure is insane, his defensive options include a 3-frame standing punch, DP, and a deviously long sweep, and he has a wall run cause fast ninja. His frame data is one of the best in the game, if not the best, and leads to easily punishing other characters' quote-unquote safe moves. He has a semi-teleport with 2 versions and a triple jump for good aerial pressure. He has Resho, a record that can lead into frame traps and strike throw mix-ups on opponents. Chipp's Oki is ridiculous, leading to an insanely intricate mind game for opponents. All this comes at a cost though. Chipp's damage is lower than average due to his fast frame data, and he's really squishy. He has the lowest health in the cast. His whole character design is to have an OP character with the lowest health in the game. Players are incentivized to use the right tool for the right situation or get destroyed with one combo. Given that ultimatum though, Chipp has a fantastic skill ceiling and fun playstyle. His high skill ceiling allows for flashy mid-screen to corner combos, and he's a nightmare in pros' hands. He is easily the best character if you choose the right options before every engagement. However, no human is perfect, so your play will not be either. Try opting for mix-ups and try not to favor one move over another, or you'll probably get blown up. Chipp Xanath is for you if you like high speed movement coupled with fast specials and normals, you like having a tool for every situation, and having an opponent second guess their every move. Don't mind being squishy and prefer the vast amount of options given to you.
I miss you, but I made mac and cheese, so can you come home?
Look at the belt! Look at the hat! Look at the face! He like Arby's. Bro, stop playing! Faust.
Faust is the oddball for the cast. His heart box can allow him to crawl under projectiles to avoid risk level climb and block stun. His buttons are good and give good pressure and strange gatlings. His item throw is also random, and each item forces an opponent to react. However, this also forces a reaction from the Faust player himself, which can end badly in a full punish conversion from the opponent. Many of Faust's matches are won because he is so strange and his moveset isn't fully predictable. However, Faust's supers are objectively worse than others, as they technically cannot wall break without RNG. He is extremely meter reliant, and his damage is low, requiring full optimization in order to be effective. His item throw can also backfire, leaving him on the back foot where he has little to no tools to defend himself. Honestly, in a later balance patch, Faust will likely receive a sizable buff. He's really fun to play, his buttons feel good to use. Just never let a tier list define who you play, especially when it comes down to raw skill. I mained Faust to begin with. I just made Zato now because I like Zato, but he's still fun. You should try him out for sure. For sure. Faust is for you if you like a wacky character who uses RNG and can 1000 Year of Death someone, are willing to work harder than the rest of the cast, just a little bit, like normals that can poke and prod the enemy, and specials that can do the same.
Giovanna.
Geo is easily one of the most beginner-friendly characters. She possesses a fast step dash or foxtrot movement and good mid-range attacks. Her buttons are fast and are strong pressure tools. Some are plus on block, especially her close slash, a staple on frame traps and mix-ups. Her sweep is incredibly long-reaching and disjointed, despite its animation. Even though she doesn't have a loaded kit, her specials make up for this. They are for the most part plus and safe on block. If she does have problems getting in, she can make the same problem occur for the opponent, often punishing them for overextending. Geo can be somewhat reliant on meter, especially against those who have come to learn the matchup. Also, without closing the distance, she cannot pump out significant damage. She also possesses a defense buff and damage buff at half meter and full meter, making those who hold their meter a little harder to kill than normal. At full meter, opponents will feel as if they are fighting a faster and scarier Potemkin. Combined with multi-hit normals, hit confirming with Geo on poor defensive opponents is much easier than the rest of the cast. Giovanna is for you if you prefer a simplified character design, want to hold meter, or is just not fully at ease with Roman cancels, have solid tools for pressure, and like working up close.
Be my bottom
I made
bitch!
mac and cheese, so can you come home?
Ino is a strange rushdown character. Her defining characteristic is her dash, which propels her forward and makes her airborne, allowing her to perform fast aerials low enough to hit the opponent. This hover dash takes some time to get used to, but allows for an impressive aerial game with added mobility. Additionally, Ino can stack up pressure in the corner, creating a frustrating guessing game once there. Her mix-ups can easily beat out slower buttons. However, this also means her aerials are universally countered by forward punch. Good Ino players won't always opt for an aerial, knowing that they can get countered. Her damage is also lackluster, but her variety of ranges and tools can somewhat alleviate this. One knockdown from an Ino can mean death, however. Once her pressure comes up, she can easily meet opponents and keep them block stun with her heavy slash stroke the big tree. She is characterized by hard comebacks and quick rounds, and in my opinion, much worse to play against than a Mei. Ino is for you if you love aerial movement and high-low mix-ups, a decent projectile with grounded Russian tools, plus version specials that can keep an opponent guessing and capitalize on mistakes. Soul's neutral focus counterpart. Kai is most comfortable in neutral and controlling the space he decides to brawl in. His normals possess decent range and speed and allow for good poking pressure and spacing. Transitioning from long or mid-range to short range isn't a problem either. His 2-1-4 kick, Bouger Art, or 2-3-6 kick, Stun Dipper closes gaps quickly. His basic mix-ups are lackluster, however, and his Oki mix-ups are quite strong due to the specials he has. Shock State is a unique passive to Kai that empowers special moves. This applies to opponents off of certain specials, adding an approximate 10% damage boost and more block stun to opponents. Without meter though, Kai lacks any substantial mix-up tools that other characters have. Combined with unsafe combo enders, players need to be calculating moves that they take constantly or risk being severely punished. Spacing with Kai is important to his game plan. Given his passive, his main goal is to use universal mechanics to win rather than technical skill. Furthermore, applying Shock State to opponents consistently throughout a round is extremely important. Many of Kai's combos will rely on ending with a special that reapplies said state in order to give him a slight edge. Kai Kiske is for you if you prefer controlling neutral with good normals and strong projectiles, like a jack of all trades with a tool for every problem, want a character that is easy to pick up but still provides a high enough skill ceiling and skill expression. Leo's a gorilla. Honestly though, he's a balanced rushdown character with a dash mix-up, good projectiles, and unique stance, his defining characteristic. His stance opens an entirely new way to play, albeit much more aggressive. When you pick up Leo, you need to understand how to switch between stances and the applicable uses of each. His normals are long range, but not as long as Ram's. Combined with his burst damage, he can snowball routes. Even on the back foot, his charge reversal is nearly immune to cross-ups. Given all this, Leo is still somewhat cumbersome and punishable on block depending on his moves. He is a solid contender for beginners and veterans alike. His projectile makes him suffocating to play against, especially the heavy slash version. Punishing the wrong defensive measure is extremely important, as well as not getting knocked out of the Brennan Hill-ish stance. This comes with time and experience, but consider labbing some matchups or practicing with friends. Leo Whitefang is for you if you like the concept of stance characters, having an offensive pressure game not limited to corner combos. Prefer mix-ups and high damage normals that can convert easily.
It's better.
Dad, what's wrong? You better get him home.
Here you go!
Known for her dolphin spam, Mei excels in heavy mix-ups using her great normals and outstanding frame traps. Her pressure extends from exceedingly distorted normals, leaving most of her attacks safe on block, letting her keep her turn. Even opponents on the defensive will be opened up. Her use of heavy slash Mr. Dolphin will leave her plus and punish mashing or lead into a devastating command grab corner combo. Mei is a polarizing matchup for most of the cast. She enjoys lurking in mid-range, then unexpectedly closing the gap and tacking on high damage. Her anti-airs are infuriating to play against, and honestly her whole kit is. Added with a decent projectile to keep up Oki and meaty opponents, Mei keeps opponents on their toes most of the match. She possesses good damage with no meter. This is lethal in the hands of a good player, as they can use the meter in other ways rather than mix-ups and ensure even more guaranteed damage. Her close slash and heavy dolphin are plus on block, making her strike throw game a real danger for anyone in the corner. Her only noticeable weakness is her lacking in any good ground to air options. However, given her charge reversal and disjointed hitboxes, good Mei players will make rounds a hellish nightmare for nearly everyone. Mei is for you if you want a character with charge inputs, like quick movement and mash punishing moves, snowballing rounds and possibly mentally scarring anyone who plays you. Or you're just a bitch. You're probably just a bitch.
Millia Rage.
An aerial angel, Millia excels at Oki mix-ups. Her sprint is fast, has two air dashes, and special moves that can further propel her towards the enemy, or alter her original course. Her tandem top allows for unparalleled mix-ups and loops. Millia's set play is unrivaled, and her neutral control leaves her in the lead with experience. However, she still suffers similar problems like Chipp. Her attacks do less than average damage, although this is compensated by her long strings that require some technical prowess. Furthermore, her defense is one of the lowest in the game, making hard reads on her devastating. Air-to-air attacks lead into long strings. Even for beginners, mastering these shouldn't take too long. The hardest part about Millia is adapting to her set play and using her mix-up tools effectively to avoid punishment. Given that though, Millia can be infuriating to play against. If you get caught in a heavy slash tandem top, it's probably game over in the corner. Millia Rage is for you if you like aerial movement and dominating anyone who tries to contest you air to air, prefer set play and hard lockdowns for damage, don't mind being a little squishy and can execute hard technical strings.
Babe, I miss you, but I made mac and cheese, so can you come home?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Strive's vampire replacement for Slayer, for now. Nago possesses great range normals and the ability to special cancel. However, the caveat is his blood gauge. Each of his specials will fill the blood gauge, and at max blood he will perform an outburst blood rage, leaving him easy to punish while also draining his max health by 50%. If you hit this state, you are basically handing the round over to the opponent. The blood gauge is a double-edged sword. As the higher it goes, the better his sword normals become in both range and speed. Coupled with good pressure and damage, he can easily secure rounds in under 30 seconds. Nago suffers from somewhat limited mobility and is ironically weak to pressure exerted on him. He really does embody the all-or-nothing archetype. You need to anticipate the actions of opponents and punish accordingly. Going overboard by punishing with specials though will lead you to losing more rounds or just flat out throwing them. Get a handle on how much the bars fill after each special and how to cancel them into each other, and Nago just might be your type. Nagoriyuki is for you if you like to close out rounds quickly, can calculate a resource bar's use in order to balance speed and damage without risking punishment, like long range and potential special spam.
I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Potemkin.
Big, thick boy. Potemkin is Guilty Gear's souped up Zangief. The main reason you'd play him is for signature Potemkin Buster command grab, doing about half of any character's health in one go. His main plan is to land said move and his other moves to get in, or punish counterplay. Potemkin cannot dash and possesses poor conventional movement. Despite this, he has good measures against aerial attacks like Forward Punch, Heat Knuckle, and Heavenly Potemkin Buster. However, Hammerfall and Slidehead make up for this movement disparity. Both are armored, and combined with Potemkin's high health, means he can take an immense beating before breaking down. Potemkin's long-range normals with slightly higher damage means he doesn't need to land much to be effective. Finding the opportunities to land those hard-hitting moves, however, may be a problem for beginners. Potemkin's skill ceiling is still high though. Players like Fab, F-A-B, take the character to really high levels. There are some techs like Care Cancels and Dash RCs, but mastering the basics of his moveset will even get intermediate players far. Thick boy Potemkin is for you if you like to slow down the game to your own pace, can use armor to your advantage, and love dishing out large amounts of damage with minimal technical inputs, like tanks and high defense in exchange for unorthodox and otherwise slow movement.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Ramlethal Valentine.
Remarkable mid-range, doubled with good corner combos and wall breaks. Ramlethal's long and fast normals keep opponents on the defensive while she can open them up with various options. Her wall break combos can easily take half of an opponent's health. She can throw her swords out as projectiles, but doing so drastically weakens some of her attacks that utilize them. Done in the corner though, they can explode, leading into devastating combos. At the moment, Ram's only glaring weakness is her lack of Oki setups. However, given her good normals, most Rams will opt for running the opponent into a corner and move into a throw Roman cancel combo. Defensive or offensive, she can easily make opponents rage for their lack of own defense. If you have played against a Ram, her range is deceptive, and her Morta Bato super is the main example of that. It's a reversal super that can wall break, it's invincible on startup, is extremely damaging with little startup time. If you catch an opponent by countering them with this, they are most likely dead already. Ramlethal Valentine is for you if you love corner pressure and denying options from a distance, Don't mind having a metered reversal, even though this one is really good. Want to make calculated decisions before throwing projectiles, especially since it's tied to your attacks.
Soul Badguy.
Soul is the poster boy of the game and is a bruiser or rushdown character. He possesses immense pressure up close that can translate into round-ending damage. His normals are among the fastest and longest reaching in the cast. Complemented with good neutral, good meter usage, and a loaded kit, Soul makes conditioning opponents easy. Soul's main game plan is to condition opponents into certain actions such as jumping, mashing, backdashing, or blocking excessively. Conditioned responses are then punished accordingly. As such, making hard reads on opponents via counters or burst baits makes Soul a looming threat against many opponents. Poster Boy also possesses a fast DP that adds another layer of pressure and countermeasure to some OP options. His forward slash comes out fast and his range is ridiculous. His standing kick is absurd and can lead into many options because it can be both jump and dash cancelled on both hits. He is by far the most impressive character in the game for this reason. Soul Badguy is for you if you dislike neutral and want an all-in rushdown character and being on top of opponents. Like having good buttons all around with good damage, conversions, and range. Prefer making hard reads off of conditioned opponents.
Zato 1.
My boy Zato, my true main. I'm gonna be a little bit biased and say that Zato mains are the most cultured people on earth, but like, it's true, so you can suck toes or whatever soul mains do. Zato requires a high degree of technical execution, game knowledge, and control over his shadow, Eddie. He uses a system known as Negative Edge, where Eddie performs a move as a button is released rather than pressed. Zato excels in offense with Eddie, and can easily control neutral as well. The two together can perform long block strings and combos, and can easily pull off Oki pressure with little to no need for meter. Furthermore, the amount of techniques that Eddie and Zato can pull off in tandem is insane. One attacks on the ground while another covers the air. Opponents need to worry about fighting on two fronts, and one wrong move on their part can easily spell a round-ending conversion. However, Eddie can be killed in one hit, or if Zato is struck whilst controlling him. Alone, Zato is literally dookie, and becomes the worst character in the game. He is reliant on his shadow to perform any real damage, and is practically defenseless without him. His health is quite low too, which can make rounds excruciatingly quick. He is the JoJo fan's dream, albeit with an extreme challenge. Zato 1 is for you if you prefer technical characters that have depth in their gameplay, are not afraid to lose in order to learn, and can enjoy labbing scenarios. Like a puppet character that can control neutral and control offensive pressure, and watch JoJo. If you don't watch JoJo, just don't play him, man. You're wasting your time. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this video really informative, and I put a lot of effort into scripting and editing this video. I feel that every character in this game is unique, and the one you choose to main in the long run will still be fun down the line. Comment down below who you main and why. I'll be sure to upload more videos like this for specific characters.